founding anniversary of the College of Arts and Sciences of the Trinity University of Asia. When I was a very young lawyer, I came here to teach political science. It is like and later on in my career, when I was Immigration Commissioner, I was appointed Brown Vice President of Trinity University. Napakalalim nitong aking paksa ngayong gabi na binigay sa akin. Kaya siguro, huwag muna tayo magseryoso ka agad. Pwedeng magbigay ako ng mga tips. Tips sa mga may crush sa classroom. Tips sa mga may crush sa classroom. Kapag may quiz, sabihin mo sa classroom classmate, pahingi naman ako ng papel. Papel sa buhay mo. Kapag wala ka na may sagot sa exam, ilagay ninyo red horse. Dahil ito ang tama. Pero kung gusto ninyo mas sigurado, isulat ninyo magmahal. Dahil kailanman hindi maliit ang magmahal. Biglang mayroon ka ng 1 milyong piso. Negosyante, mag-i-invest ako. Philanthropo, mag-donate ako. Politiko, matutulog na lang ulit ako. Baka maging 2 milyon. Teacher, kung binigyan mo ang politiko ng 1 milyon, pero kalahating milyon lang ang kailangan niya, magkano ibabalik niya sa iyo? Student, wala po. Teacher, you don't know math. Student, you don't know politicians. This very modest lecture is entitled Education for Global Competence to Engage the World. In a paper published by the Asia Society, global competence is defined as the capacity and disposition to understand and act on issues of global significance. Why should we aim for global competence? There are 4 reasons. The phenomenon of globalization, the digital revolution, mass migration, and the prospect of climate instability. We shall discuss these factors one by one. The first rationale for global competence is the so-called, quote, flattened global economy and changing demands of work, unquote. Globalization has resulted in what is sometimes called the flattened global economy, as distinguished from the uneven global economy. Globalization is the phenomenon of our generation. Globalization means the accelerating traffic of goods, ideas, people, and capital around the world. Thus, workers all over the world now have to compete and play similar roles wherever they might find themselves in. So we're no longer competing with our classmates or even with our contemporaries in the campus. We're competing with the entire world. Globalization is the development of ordinary interconnections into one of unprecedented and breathtaking speed and consequence. The common example of globalization is as follows. A company in one country employs workers in another country and consumers in a third country buy the goods produced. Transactions are aided by high-speed internet connections, the lowering of important tariffs, and government incentives for foreign investments. With this dizzying speed, countries like the United States have found it necessary to establish, for example, the new Commission on the Skills of the American Workforce. The new workforce to which you belong must concentrate on creativity. Your generation should be able, in the words of this American Commission, to do the following. Imagine how people can use things that have never been available before. create ingenious marketing and sales campaigns, build furniture, write books, make movies, and imagine new kinds of software that will capture people's imagination and become indispensable to millions. In short, your generation will be required to develop multiple skills, which will include learning, thinking, and innovation skills. The second rationale for global competence is unprecedented migration. In this new age all over the world, each one of us will have to adapt to the world of increasing social, cultural, ethnic, linguistic, and religious diversity. We have to develop our cultural sophistication. This means, first, the capacity to recognize perspectives, ours and those of others. Second, it means the capacity to communicate ideas effectively across diverse audiences. If we are successful in preparing for an interactive world, only then can we investigate the world and take action. The third rationale for global competence is the urgent need to manage the consequences of climate change and to devise effective solutions for mitigation and adaptation. This is what I meant earlier when I said that US students should learn to recognize perspectives, putting the topic in the wider screen. Climate change is global in nature. It produces multiple impacts in various parts of the world. After adapting to the globalized economy, we should proceed to a disciplinary and multidisciplinary study of the world. To put it in another way, globally competent students should be able to perform the following 4 competencies identified by the paper from the Asia Society. Number 1, investigate the world beyond your immediate environment by identifying problems and researching the answers. 2, recognize the perspectives of yourself and those of others. 3, empower yourself to communicate ideas effectively with diverse audiences. 4, take action to improve conditions. Halimbawa, itong pagsusuri na ginagawa sa Senado tungkol doon sa overpriced ng mga building at tungkol sa pag-ari ng 350 hectares. Asyenda. It's scandalous. I was the former Secretary of Trade and Reform. Under the law, I have memorized completely the facts and the figures. The law requires that all agricultural land, wherever it may be found in the country, must be taken from the owner, who will be paid with stocks from the land bank, and given to farmers. The owner will keep only 5 hectares, and the farmer will get 3 hectares. That is the rule. Kaya saan galing yung asyenda ng 350 hectares sa Rosario, Batangas? Magpidana lang siya accepted. I know that under the DAR files, you can apply for the conversion of agricultural land into residential, commercial, or industrial land. But that is very, very strict. And so far, the DAR records show that there have only been 87 hectares that have been converted. So saan galing yung 450 hectares na yun? Hindi naman siya na-conversion. Pagkatapos, merong tao na sinasabi, siya may-ari ng lupa na yun noon. But the DAR has complete list of all landowners in the country, and that person, Laureano Gregorio, is not included in the list of landowners. The DAR also has a list of all the farmers, beneficiaries, those who are entitled to receive land from the Agrarian Reform Program. The DAR has this list, and that Gregorio is not listed as a farmer either. So he's not a farmer, he's not a landowner. What is he? Kaya dapat, you should take action to improve this condition in our country. I will summarize this section on global competence by pointing out that as students, you should be able to communicate ideas globally, and therefore, you need to be proficient with a variety of media and new technologies. If you are able to equip yourself with these skills, you should then be able to take action in ways suggested by the Asian Society. 1. Create opportunities for personal or collaborative action to improve conditions. Mag-set up kayo ng network nyo sa internet. Tawagin nyo lahat ng kabataan. Huwag tayong paubaya dito sa pagkalkal ng mga krimen at korupsyon doon sa Batangas property na yon. Magparinig naman tayo. Maski sino na lang pala pwede pumunta doon at gumawa ng fairy tale. At wala tayong tipo. May umiyak pa. Ako nabasa ko na mayroon pala kasi ng 350 hectares. Ako ang umiyak. Number 2, assess options and plan actions based on evidence and the potential for impact. Number 3, act personally or collaboratively to contribute improvement in various localities. And 4, reflect on your capacity to educate and contribute to improvement in these localities. Magturunan tayo palagi. We have to believe in ourselves. Dapat maniwala tayo, kaya natin. Hindi na para lang tayo passive objects of all the corruption and criminality and even the poverty of this country. Kaya natin, basta lubusin natin ang ating loob, lakasan ang loob. At ipakita na ayaw na natin. Ito nga pag-aartista ng mga politiko. I entered politics to become a politician in the best sense of the word, in the sense of the political science that I taught here in Trinity University. I didn't become a politician to become an actress. Ibang klase yun. Social media is a new form of communication. According to Time magazine, in the March 2014 issue, the #1 selfie users in the world, users of selfie photos, the #1 selfie users in the world are, hulaan niyo, the youth residents of Makati and Pasig. Filipino young adults aged 16 to 24 make up nearly 54% of those who are active online and use electronic communication for socialization, entertainment, recreation, and self-expression. Another study revealed that internet chatting is the most popular activity among Filipino adolescents. Pero kung ako dito sa internet chatting na ito, it can reduce your study time considerably. Na nakipag-usap ka lang, hindi mo maintindihan kung sino yung bago, yung mag-shoso. Huwag ko lang tanongin ng anak ko, I have only one child, at ng mga apo ko, I have 4 grandchildren. Mas gusto ko na lang na, maupo lang sila doon, huwag silang tumayo, basta maupo sila doon. At basa. Yun lang the best way to study. Kaya sabi nga ng isang senador, basta nagsalita si Miriam sa Senado, huwag ka magsalita, huwag ka magtayo, at huwag ka pumunta sa kubeta, magagalit yun. Today, as adolescents and young adults in the age of social media, you are called digital natives. Digital natives na tayo yan. Because you were born and grew up in the context of computer language, which is said to be one of your mother tongues. You are digital natives and your mother tongue is the computer language. Hence, without being aware of it, your brain has morphed into structures different from those of your parents. The brains of your parents work in a different way from the way your brains work. One author noted that as digital natives, we are accustomed to getting facts and figures very quickly, to do parallel processes and multitasking, to look at graphics before reading the text, and to opt for random access, such as hypertext. Instead of reading, writing, and arithmetic, the 3 R's are now remaking, remixing, and renaming. Thus, we're undergoing one of the most significant shifts in human history. And as a result, each one of you now has an unprecedented range of choices that was not available even to my generation. But to also assume a new burden, that it's no longer enough to be computer literate. You must be multi-literate. Although English has turned out to be the global language, we have to recognize there are multiple Englishes. Di ba? We speak English in different ways in every country. Like we speak English as that is here in our own country. Yung hearing sa Senado tungkol sa Batangas, kadirin, no? We can conclude that during our time, there are three main global trends. One, the fusion of knowledge and skill. Two, compliance with the requirements for 21st century skills, such as what Stanford University calls Program for International Student Assessment. Three, the emphasis on creativity. Create, create, create. That is the goal of life. The purpose of life is to create. You create new things. You create new forms of assistance to your fellow man. The key word is creation. You should be able to execute non-routine creative tasks if you are to excel in the economy. Accordingly, I ask you to start on the ladder of success in two ways. First, identify your leadership skills and establish consensus here in Trinity University. Second, develop and prioritize implementation plans with a proposed group of stakeholders within and outside the campus. E-learning. Finally, let me just add a word about e-learning as a global trend for higher educational institutions. E-learning is defined as the use of information and communication technology in teaching and learning. We used to call it distance learning or open learning. I hope that Trinity University will soon use e-learning to meet the demand for professional graduates and the demand for continuing education. Trinity University should explore more flexible teaching approaches, an open system of admission, and sharing learning resources at low cost by the use of free and user-friendly ICT. I know that by nature, Trinity University is tasked to join the movement for free knowledge, also known as open educational resources. With support for online learning, the teacher is no longer the sole source of knowledge, but one of many sources, such as online articles, online videos, or interactive exercises on the web. Occasionally, I run out of breath because of my health condition, and I'm afraid I've reached that point. But I am now about to reach my conclusion, so I hope I can conclude the speech. Otherwise, I'll keep on standing here and you'll keep on sitting there. I am fighting and apparently winning a battle with lung cancer. And I'm very personally depressed by all the negative developments tending to show corruption and plunder in a very high places in our government. But long before I came to teach political science at Trinity University, and up to now, I remain a staunch believer in God and a staunch believer in the victory of good over evil. That is why I would like to leave you with this passage from the famous poem, Battle Hymn of the Republic. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He hath loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching.